Son shit, y'all ready?
I hope y'all are. This episode, look, we gonna take it to the social media grind. We're gonna talk about BlackPlanet. A lot of y'all might not be familiar with this. This was a thing. This was an ill phenomenon for the black community. It was like the first. We can officially say that, looking at the time frame, 1999. That's right for y'all. If y'all young, y'all thinking to yourselves, yo, 1999? Social media been around that long? They were the first. If you're familiar with the days of 1999 and the 2000s and all that in the third, and you're thinking, never heard of it. It's what, like I said, it was one of those bubbling things. It had a massive following, had a massive subscription. It was dope. And if you are old enough to be like, yeah, I kind of remember that, whatever happened to them? That's the question I'm wondering myself. You know what I'm saying? But this is what today's episode is. BlackPlanet. I met so many people through BlackPlanet. I've been criticized so much through BlackPlanet because I used to have a blog. I would write. I remember one of the most controversial joints I wrote. It was, who are women of color? That had everybody heated. And I remember why I wrote this. It was 2000, 2001, 2002. It was somewhere in that frame. I don't know if y'all remember this. There was a makeup campaign. And their whole thing was for women of color. They had an Asian chick, they had a Hispanic chick, and they had a black chick. But they were just women of color. Now, the reason that I wrote that was, as black people, when we go women of color, we exclusively think of black women and the various shades of black people. That commercial broadened my scope. Like, yo, I never thought about that. These are also women of color, people of, like, because again, America is so black and white. The middle gets lost. Everything else is like black, white, colored people. Colored people meant black. The other slurs for Asians, like the Japanese, the Chinese people, they had their personal slurs. The Italian people had their slurs. For those who don't know, yeah, Italian people are not white. They look white. You know what I'm saying? That for those who know, you know. The Middle Eastern people, the Egyptians, everybody had their personal slurs. And then there were colored people, or whatever, you know. But one thing's for sure, when you said people of color, you didn't include Asians and Hispanics and all this. It was just black people. So when I saw this commercial and I realized the wide range of that, and I thought to myself, like, yo, that's a thing. Wrote about it. Crazy responses. I had chicks coming out of the woodworks for my throat. What we mean, when we say it, we mean black women, because that Hispanic woman is a Latina. I'm like, alright. My response was, have you not seen Hispanic people? They're various shades. Yeah, they are, but they're not black. I have no idea how that made sense. The point of women of color, various shades. Alright, your thing. I had some people who had wrote me like, yo, I see what you're saying. I've never paid any attention to that myself. And that was really my point. Like, never noticed it. Never thought about it until I saw that commercial. It was like, yo, it's kind of like when Dove did the thing about not having models, and they showed various women of various shapes, and just in bras and panties, and you realize, oh my God, that looks kind of, yo, okay, alright. And you saw the various shapes and the way the body was, and you're like, yo, Hollywood got a problem. Like, y'all keep feeding me these skinny blonde bras. This is enticing right here. Well, and the thing is, if you're from around the way, it's like that. You know what I'm saying? We know this. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But just to see it on TV made it different. It made it different for whatever reason. But anyway, this is what this is about. Black Planet. The first social media experience that at the time, it technically wasn't exclusive to black people. It was just made for black people. There was a gang of other people on there. That's, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Just dope. That's today's episode. This is what we getting into. Thank y'all for rocking with me and letting me do what I do and get down how I get down. It's always dope to hear this. I mean, to see the vibe, to see the love. It's always dope to just pull up, rock out, and talk a little smack here and there. Sometimes I'm not trying to be real wild with the stories and the details. Sometimes I just want to get right to the point and bounce out on the show. You know what I mean? And this is one of those moments, man. I just want to say what I gotta say, and then we get into the groove. And let's get into this groove. Thank y'all again for listening. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide, Lost Boys. Y'all know how we do, man. Enjoy the show. Do your research on BlackPlanet too, because there was a lot of stuff going on. I didn't want to get into all of the wildness that was BlackPlanet. I think they probably sold themselves. I know for sure from what I understand, there's some lawsuits. There's a lot of controversy that was going on. There was some moments. That was not my point. My point wasn't to talk about the moments. My point was to acknowledge that, yo, this was a thing. This was dope. You know what I'm saying? This was a time frame that if you weren't a part of it, you wouldn't get it. This is one of those. This was that time thing. This was that thing where it's like, it was a time frame that if you weren't a part of it, you didn't get it. Hey, for those who did, for those who probably even, like I said, I think BlackPlanet is still around. You might have a BlackPlanet page thing. Dope for you. Salute. But for those who don't remember, and you can type it up. This is probably still around. This might not be. I don't know. Do your research on BlackPlanet though. It's a lot of it's a dope story. It's a nice one of those rise and fall moments. Oh my God, it's a rise and fall moment. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Let's get into this episode. Let's go. Yes. You know how we do. Live at the Oasis, Nigga Crime Radio. It's Wednesday, so we gonna do what we do, and y'all know how we go. We gets down, right? Hey, that was that Onyx joint. I was never a fan of Slam, but we gon'. But I love the Onyx album. Slam was just one of them joints. You know what I mean? We played a bunch of joints. No, baby, I ain't gonna be able to. I hated that joint as a kid. I used to be like, We played some joints though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't understand. It was just the wild. It was the times, man. It was the You know what I mean? What else we got going on? We doing joints. We throwing them joints. It was a lot of hip hop joints out there, yo. It was joints out there that we was just like, Like I said, it was me. Redman, that second album was a little too spacey for me, so I was like, I ain't rocking with this second Redman album. Redman is still one of my favorite artists. So, you know. But this is what we do, man. This is how we get down. We gonna have fun. It's that time of the night. Y'all know how we doing. It's that time of the night. We get into that historical moment. We get that historical moment. What? So we gonna do it like this. Hold on. Do it like this. Take it from the top. Like this moment in Black history. Let me first off say this much right here. I gotta set this off the right way because this was inspired by Bad Boy G and Lisa. Monday. Oh, first of all, let me even go back. Last night, the dude from the Manhattans, Gerald Austin. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Yo, that joint. I'm just hearing them talk about the Manhattans, then Bad Boy G and Lisa throwing them bars out there like, yo, saying them joints. He threw a couple of lines and had stories behind the songs. Yo, the Manhattans was a staple in the crib growing up. You know what I'm saying? That was that joint. So it was so dope to hear hear that. You know what I'm saying? Salute to them. But what's the day? Wednesday. Well, of course, Wednesday, right? Monday, they did a joint, and they was talking as they did the show about Twitter, or not Twitter no more. And they was like, who knows what we calling that joint now? The site's formerly known as Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Elon Musk toy that he playing with right now just was like, I got this. X. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, to say tweet, because I guess Donald, like, just to say tweet, like, people aren't even saying, like, they just posting the joints there, like, and somebody said and posted, and it just seems so naked to say that. Like, tweeting is like, it's one of them things. It's like Googling. You could be on Bing or Yahoo search and somebody like, what you doing? I'm Googling something. And you look and you're like, that's Bing. Okay, I'm still Googling something, because we know what Googling means. So when somebody tweets something, it just means something. Now it's called the X. And I didn't look, and they were like, now the site's called the X. I had to look at my phone and be like, oh snap, I did not know the name changed. I saw the logo, I didn't pay attention to the name. I'm like, this is a corny name. Anyway, as they were talking about that, they were talking about how, like, social media is around and there's Facebook and blah, blah, blah. That got me to thinking. Because here's the thing I know for a fact. Facebook came out after MySpace. MySpace was a early to mid 2000 thing. Now, if y'all know where I'm going with this, y'all know where we going with this. Friendster came like maybe a year or so before MySpace. This is the thing that people always overlook. Salute to the people of MySpace, because they didn't. It was actually quoted. Hold on, we're going to read this quote right here, because I'm going to read the quote to you like this. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to do it like this. Hold on, I got to go find the quote now. I got to go find the quote. I'm tripping. I'm out here bugging out. All right, here we go. This is what we're going to do. My man, BlackPlanet, the predecessor to Facebook and MySpace, was a major influence. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those things that everybody was rocking with. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was rocking with. The guys who started MySpace were quoted in the Business Week for saying that they looked at BlackPlanet as a model for Facebook and thought that there was an opportunity for a general market version of what BlackPlanet had to offer. BlackPlanet was out here in 1999. If they ever do a documentary about the rise of social media, and I don't even care if they just gloss over it as like a thing, as a logo, and quickly talk about it. In '99, there was BlackPlanet. One thing's for sure, you have to acknowledge BlackPlanet was the first social media construct out there. MySpace, who became the biggest, so big that Facebook was looking to sell to MySpace before MySpace fell apart. That was how gangsta Facebook was. How gangsta MySpace was. Facebook was like, ooh. But for those who remember Facebook, the early days of Facebook, we talking the early days. Y'all remember Facebook was an exclusive club. That was simply for college kids. That was college kids and college alumni. Like, if you were not a college student or a former college student, you couldn't just roll up on Facebook. Like, I remember the first time I got on Facebook, it was because somebody asked me about Facebook. They were like, yo, you got a Facebook page? Can I get at you on Facebook? I'm like, what? Hold on, I know you ain't in college and ain't never been to college. How you getting on Facebook? Well, I just get on Facebook. I logged on. Then I jumped on it and I'm like, oh, snap. I didn't even know they had lowered they joints down. But it's dope. BlackPlanet was the first. I think, and if I had to be fair, the second would be, what was it, Asian Planet? And there was BlackPlanet, and then there was Asian Planet, and I think Latino Planet came around. And then Friendster. Friendster was like, yeah, we can't do White Planet because that's just gonna look super racist. MySpace was like, nah, we ain't gonna do that either. So they did it differently. But BlackPlanet was official. BlackPlanet's super fame moment came with Kanye, who just shouted him out on a rhyme. You know what I'm saying? You know how black girls be on BlackPlanet, V. I don't remember the bar, but he was just talking about, you mean Quali? You mean to send the cigarette to my ribs? Yo, that joint. So yeah, yo, and then they went through what they went through, but we still gotta recognize that they were the first joint out here, man, doing their thing. I remember I had any place I went to, MySpace, BlackPlanet, a lot of these sites, I always started a blog, and people was rocking with me. That was the wild part, because then when I started my actual blog joint with WordPress, I had people go, yo, are you the same Black Caesar dude from such and such? I'm like, yeah. Thank y'all for rocking with me. You know how like you would just post stuff and wouldn't know who was looking and who was reading. So it was dope to see that. You know what I mean? So it was, yo, salute to all that. And BlackPlanet, I like, yo, it was wild just to meet up with people all across the country. I didn't go too far around the globe, but all across, like, had mad homies I met off of BlackPlanet that we, as time went on, it became MySpace. You know what I'm saying? Not so much Facebook, because again, this was back when you didn't think you could just jump on Facebook. And then there was that time where you couldn't do nicknames, so if you didn't know somebody's real name, you ain't know. So that's why I like, my first joints was all dudes from school, people from school. You know what I'm saying? It won't know, you know, in there you see people with whole nicknames and all kind of stuff going on. But yeah, man, that joint was so crazy. I think my joint was Black Caesar something. It was always out there like that too. I ain't care. We did what we did. We did how we did. You know what I mean? But yo, it was dope. BlackPlanet was a dope joint. It should get its credit for being the first of the social network world. And for some people might not want to acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? I know how, you know, everything these days when you start talking about, everybody wants to claim it's not about being first, it's about being part of something. I saw some Spanish chick. Somebody was talking about, I forgot what they were talking about. They were saying something about who did and who didn't build this country. And they were like, blacks didn't build this country. Everybody helped build this country. And there was this Latina chick, and she was like, yeah, my dad started out this way and this way, and which had its own sub-conversation. And I looked at her picture. I'm like, oh, yeah. Her people definitely had them opportunities. Her people were them light-skinned dudes. Yeah. And that's what somebody brought up, because what people don't understand, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Asians, Indian people, Samoans, Hawaiian people, there's colorism that goes on. And back in the day, if you were Spanish, the lighter you look, the more you could pass for white, the better the opportunities were presented to you. What was the dude that played Nomar on Black Panther? Like, Mexicans hated the fact that he was their representation, because they were like, look at him, he's too dark to be. And he's an activist who was out here. They actually, you know, I saw a couple of his posts about colorism in Mexico. And it's just wow. But anyway, they was into this whole thing about blacks didn't build America. Everybody had a hand in it. Nah. There's building, and then there's coming in to help redesign. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, black people built the White House. You know what I'm saying? Then there were people who helped renovate it. Y'all don't get the credit for being part of the building process when all y'all did was come in and renovate. The backs of, I ain't gonna get into all that, man. But the back of slaves generated the global economy for America, because there was no paying your labor, because it was all free labor. And when people talk about, again, I ain't gonna, you know what? Let me stop talking about that. I'm about to go down a dark road. Anyway, that's the joint, BlackPlanet, and it was dope. That's why when I hear people go, man, we need to have our own thing, have our own social media thing, and I'm like, BlackPlanet's still around, right? Or is it not this, like, did they sell out and it's not like the thing anymore? But BlackPlanet, like, and then you realize people don't really want that, because then what do? There's no give and take. Because some people who say that, they want that confrontation. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like they just want it to be like, feel like yo, this is ours, we own this. They want that confrontation vibe. So, you know, They're going to stay where they at. Because Facebook has done some questionable stuff. And people talk that talk and never leave Facebook. Twitter, when it was Twitter, had done some questionable stuff and people didn't leave Twitter. Instagram, same thing. So, you know what I'm saying? For all that talk, it's not like they blew BlackPlanet up. And then I heard there's like 2 other black-owned social media joints that nobody talks about. They're out there, but nobody talks about. I can't remember the names of them. But that's what I'm saying. Like, is it really cracking if nobody's talking about them? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this is that moment to give BlackPlanet its due, its respect, because it was the first in the world of social media. And again, we should not overlook that. You know what I'm saying? The concept was picked up by people who were like, yo, we want to do that. That's dope. But how can we make it generalized, like make it accessible for everybody? And then that's how you got MySpace. How you got Friendster, then you got MySpace, and eventually Facebook. And the world goes on with so many more. The Snapchats, the Vines, you know what I'm saying? The Tumblr, not the Tumblr. The Tumblr. Tumblr basically had it. I don't know what Tumblr was. What's the new joint? TikTok. All these joints, all this follows. All of these are children, descendants of BlackPlanet. Let's get back into some music, y'all. Yes. Hey, look. I'm gonna tell y'all something about this. That I got the power joint. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. For those who know to know, Chill Rob G had that joint first. That was a Chill Rob G joint, and then all of a sudden, Snap came through. The He-Man movie jumped off, and all this. And you're like, yo, I can honestly tell y'all, the only reason I don't like that song is because I know about the Chill Rob G version. If it wasn't for the Chill Rob G version, that joint might have been alright. You know what I'm saying? But the Chill Rob G version existed. Same beat, same hook, same vocal tone. Yeah, man. So I was always like, I can't ride with this joint, man. I can't ride with this joint. Then we played the Whoop. There it is. The 95 South joint. You know what I'm saying? About them booties. Where them booties at? Whoop. There it is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? CNC Music Factory. We was all over the place. Lords of the Underground, the Furry. I hated Funky Child. The rest of that album was dope to me. Funky Child was one of them joints I used to just skip. But that's what we do, man. This is what we do. And I play a lot of it just because, like I said, you get older, you're like, yo, these joints, they official. They're Hammer. Y'all already know how I feel about Hammer. Most people felt the same way about Hammer. And then as time went on, you was like, yo, salute the Hammer, because Hammer opened the doors for real, for the culture. So, yo, salute the Hammer. This is what we do, man. This is how we get down. This is hip-hop's 50th birthday. This is the month of that joint, so you know what we do, man. We gotta salute all this joint. All of these goodies help make the culture, man. Salute, you know what I'm saying? That's how we do. So before I get ready to get up out of here, y'all know how we do. Like this, they say, you only live once. That's a lie. You only die once. So anytime that your God allows you to get out here and make them moves, please show the world the best version of you. Say what? The best version of you. Say what? The best version of you. I'm out. Peace. Be safe.
This is a Soul of Art presentation.